this is Pamm Turner, Body Coach, and today I'm going to teach you how to do a raw food breakfast. We're going to put together a raw food breakfast because for the last 3 or 4 days I've been eating this, what I'm about to teach you today, and I noticed that after doing this for a few days, all I've done is replace breakfast. I still eat normal lunch and dinner, but I noticed that after a few days I was like, I need to work out. So I actually worked out this morning. I did an aerobic exercise I hadn't done in over a year and a half. But it's just a snowball effect. Once you start changing how you eat, then you're just aware of everything. It's like, okay, now I want to work out. So let's see what happens with you when we put you on the challenge. We're going to start the Master Cleanse 1st of January, January 3rd, and then right behind that we're going to start raw food. But we're going to start early. I'm going to teach you how to do it. First we're going to start with an apple. Okay? Now, always, if I'm your body coach and you know me, you know I always teach you to wash your fruit. Now, why do you want to wash your fruit? Because fruit has parasites. And I hate to tell you this, but actually 90% of Americans, this is what statistics say, 90% of Americans have parasites. So you don't want to ingest any more. How do you get parasites? Lots of different ways. We'll talk about that one day, but not today. Alright, so we're going to start with an apple. And what I'm going to teach you, your breakfast is going to be all fruit and nuts. But we're going to put it together and it'll taste pretty tasty and won't look anything like what it is, what's in it. Okay, so we're going to start with the apples. Okay, so we're going to cut the core out and the seeds, pop it in my favorite appliance, which is a food processor. I think I live on this thing. Juicer and a food processor is a must-have for a raw food kitchen. Okay? Alright, so we're going to pop in our apples and let's give it a whirl. Okay, so we put it on the grater. Let's grab our bowl. And this is how we're going to start our breakfast. It's going to be fruit and nuts, but in a way you probably never thought about having it. Alright, I take the little extra pieces that didn't quite grate and just cut those up small. Now sometimes with a food processor you have to just check, like I have a seed in here, so we're going to get that seed out of there. We're going to pop this in our bowl. Okay. Now this doesn't take too long to make, and actually one day I'm going to do this when I'm on my way to work, and let's see how fast it takes. But I'd say it takes maybe about 5 to 7 minutes, okay? And you have 5 to 7 minutes, and if you don't, maybe don't put your makeup on one day or something like that and get that time together. Alright, so we got that. Next, nuts. Now, if I'm your body coach, you know how I feel about nuts. I always tell you to germinate your nuts. You germinate them by soaking them overnight. Okay? So we're going to do a handful of nuts. Pulse a little bit. I always say whip it up to the consistency that's good for you. I like mine in large chunks. I like my almonds chunked large. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time whirling. Okay, so I'll do just a quick chop of the nuts. And I forgot something. Cinnamon. Now, why do I put cinnamon in? And you notice I don't mix it with sugar. Cinnamon is a spice, and when you put this spice in your food, it triggers in your brain that what you're eating is sweet. Okay? Now, I'm heavy-handed with the cinnamon, so you're going to do it to taste for you. But you want to sprinkle the cinnamon. Okay, so now I'm going to add the almonds on top of the apples that have cinnamon on them. Nice, healthy sprinkle of cinnamon. Okay? Now, I'm going to add cranberries. Okay, so now, with the cranberries, I get them already, well, in a bag. They're made into what they call them craisins, okay? Now, the only downside of these cranberries is when you use craisins, they add sugar. I'm not big on adding sugar in your food, okay? But, hey, that's going to give you a little sweetener. Now, for the topping. For the topping, we're going to use a banana. And if you know me, you know I go for the speckled brown banana. So if you're using a green banana, it's not quite right. Okay? Now, so you can buy your bananas green, but you definitely want to let them sit and ripen. Your bananas will be sweeter. You'll get more flavor out of them. Alright, so now, last ingredients, raspberries. We're going to go for a handful of raspberries, and you're probably thinking, did she wash her raspberries? And the answer is no. So let's do it really quick. Again, you want to wash all your fruit. I absolutely love raspberries. Now, in this breakfast, you can also substitute any kind of berry. So if you want blueberries, you can do that. You can use strawberries. But if you use blueberries, it's going to make the topping very, very purple. So I'm a raspberry chick, so we're going to do raspberries. We're going to throw a handful in. So good idea is just to throw a few in your hand. Now raspberries are an amazing antioxidant. What are antioxidants? They're like one of my favorite things to ingest in my body. Antioxidants are like anti-agers. So I'm always, every time I eat, I try and make sure that I include antioxidants. Alright? This is going to make a nice little sauce. Then my last ingredient, if I body coach you, you know what it is. It is another antioxidant. And again, if I'm body coaching you, you know what that is. Alright. But great. It's great high energy. Okay, this is going to make up what I call yogurt. You can call it a sauce. I call it yogurt only because I love yogurt. It doesn't have any of the wonderful properties of yogurt, but it is a nice little thick sauce made of raspberry. So we're going to put that on top. So we have our yogurt on top of our fruit and our nuts and our raisins or cranberries. And there you have it. Let's see what we got. All right, let's try it. Now, what do I call this? I call this fruit and nut mix. I call it fruit and nut cereal. Okay? All right, let's give it a shot. I love this. It's very good. Okay? The topping that we made with the bananas and raspberries, that can be considered your milk. And then the nuts and the fruit are your flakes. Really good. Okay? I want you guys to try this. Replace your breakfast, replace your bacon and eggs with this for a week and see how you feel. And write me and let me know. Okay? I welcome your comments. Thanks. Bye.